and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. As we've gotten ourselves started off today, we're going to be doing a bit of a cooking stream today. And I have my lovely assistant, Frady Amy, is going to be our cameraman today, so I don't have to try and hold the camera while I'm doing everything, because boy, that fucking sucked last time. And it did not work. So, we've we got ourselves set up. We're going to be doing a stir fry today. Stir Wednesday? Something along those lines.
Sure.
It's a stir day. Which is pretty much par for the course, to be fair. And yeah, I already have a bunch of stuff already pre-prepped. That's the thing. I've done a bunch of this prep earlier in the week. So we're just going to literally just unsnap things and go straight off the bat. We're not going to have to take that much extra time. But the only thing I've got to prepare is the broccoli and the spices, to be honest. So this is just pork chops, or pork loins rather, just little pork loins. I take 3 pork loins, dice them all up into small, basically 1 centimeter cube, or say half-inch cube squares. And these are green peas. I guess they're snap peas, sugar peas and snap peas. They're all basically the same thing. But anyways, they're just peas diced up. And then we're going to dice up some broccoli. And yeah, we'll be using pretty much our regular spicing, since Amy has been dying to have my stir fry, as I haven't made it in a while when she's been over.
I've been craving.
So she's been having a craving for my stir fry, so we'll make sure to satisfy that as best we can today. Anywho, yes, hi kitty.
Hi, Ninboja.
Hello, sir.
He wants to know how you're doing.
I'm doing pretty good, thank you very much for asking. Just trying to figure out what to do with myself in the middle of this pandemic while we're stuck at home trying to do things. I'm still hoping to get vaccinated soon, and that way I can actually go out and do something, but I'm on the list, which is ahead of most people. Should be doing it this way, but I'm not.
Yeah, I can't get on the list yet. I'm too young.
Yep. I am right at the cutoff. The cutoff was
40.
Well, it was 39, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, because it was 81. Yeah, that's 40. That's 40. I forget.
Yeah.
I qualify as 41 this year. God damn it.
You old.
Shut up. Anyways, so yeah, I'm on the list. I'm just waiting until we get a vaccine in our area, and then I can actually go and get it.
Nimboja says he's had his recently due to work.
Nice. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not exactly anyone that can qualify for it for any other reason than my age. As a structural steel draftsman, I am all of can work at home. That's what I am. I am everything that can work at home. So,
Tone Neo subscribed at Tier 1. They've subscribed for 29 months.
Hey, Tone, thank you very, very much, sir. Thank you so much for your resubscription. Long time no see, bud. How are you doing? Just preparing our vegetables here. So cut that one. One thing I have noticed is that I need to cut the broccoli a little smaller than I have in the past. I find if I leave it too long, then it doesn't cook properly in the stir fry without a lot of additional time. And I don't want to have to spend that extra time.
Tonio says, life is what it is. We gotta get you streaming again.
Yeah, tell me about it. I actually, I don't have a keyboard and mouse for my second computer right now. So there was a time of unsureness as to whether I would be keeping it or whether it would be given to somebody. And now that it is staying, the keyboard and mouse, however, the person who owned them took them, which is fine. It was theirs. Hell, the computer was theirs if they wanted it. And but so I need to get a new keyboard and mouse. I have it on order. I'm waiting for it to arrive. It should arrive in the next week or so. And when it does, then I can potentially go back to at least streaming every once in a while. It would be nighttime streams my time, so nighttime for Eastern. And they would not be consistent. I will be fully honest there, because it's not like I'm going to be doing it full time. I'm still a draftsman full time, and that will be taking up everything. Let alone the fact that potentially we just got a hell of a big job. We'll see. That job we might actually get.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I was discussing a job with Amy that we priced. That literally the one job is the equivalent of our normal yearly income. One job.
Hanson Hezen? Are you rich, Aces?
Am I rich? God, no. I am reduced burdened. How do we put it that way? I'm not rich. I am simply under reduced burdening at the moment. So I have a little bit of disposable income if needed. There are a couple of things in the pipeline that are also costing money, and we'll see about them. But no, I'm not rich. Although people used to ask me that all the time when I was a kid, but that was because of my parents' house.
Dude, I've been to your parents' house. I don't blame them for asking. I asked too.
Yeah. But you guys never made the connection. No, we're not rich. Because we have the house. This house is the money that they had. Oh shit, that house just went back on the market.
Did it?
1.6.
Wow.
My parents sold it at $675 for that place.
Yeah.
On the lake, and it's currently going for 1.6.
Shit. Oh, Hanson says, but you have the 3DFX cap for sure.
Oh, yeah, of course I've got the 3DFX hat. That's not that I'm rich. I got it originally. I got this hat in 1999 when I was in LA at E3 for a gaming magazine that I used to work for. So this isn't a getting it second line, through an auction or something. No. I got this from the company. Okay, that's the broccoli. That's good.
Ninboja says, anyway, I'm off. Came in to say hi because I saw you streaming, but gotta work tomorrow.
Fair enough.
We'll hopefully see you around again.
No worries, Ninboja. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have yourself a great night, bud. As I believe we have gotten finished with this stuff. Let's toss it. That's right. Get a good shot of my garbage can because, hardly everyone can see how it is.
Tonio says, need to get you a Quake 3T to go with the hat.
I never played Quake. Any of the Quakes. Not once. I know, I just lost half of my audience, but I have never played any of the Quakes. I never had any interest to either, to be fair. But yeah, never played any of them.
Says, how dare you, sir?
Well, exactly. See what I mean? I just lost half my audience. But no, I never played any of the Quakes.
Okay, now can I hold this camera
while you're taking a drink?
While I have a drink of coffee. Unreal guy? Tonio, Unreal guy?
No, I never played Unreal either.
Sorry about the shaky hand, guys. I needed a sip of coffee.
I'm not going to use that this time. These three. No. I guess we'll use some right.
Tonio says, we need to rethink this relationship.
Yeah, you'd be amazed at how many people are extremely surprised when I say that I've never actually played any of those. And it's just, I didn't have the opportunity. As a kid, I played Super Nintendo and Nintendo, and I was always playing strategy games. In fact, the first real FPS game that I ever played was Counter-Strike, I guess it was 5.0. Because when they went to Counter-Strike 6, or sorry, it was 1.5. And then when they went to Counter-Strike 1.6, they required you to have Steam. And I still didn't have a Steam account. And I couldn't play it anymore. I guess a couple months later I got Steam, was able to play it, but instead I got Counter-Strike Source, thinking it was the same thing, which it isn't. Those of you who played it know. And then I played a whole bunch of Counter-Strike Source. I never really got into Counter-Strike or CSGO because I can't stand the recoil mechanics in it and the randomness in its shooting. Because in Counter-Strike Source, in the original CSS or Counter-Strike, just a moment.
That's just my alarm.
Oh, okay. Camera disruptions.
I know, my bad.
She's gonna get my VOD muted. But anyways, what was I thinking?
Counter-Strike.
Yes, Counter-Strike. In the original CS and CSS, both of them, if you were standing perfectly still and you were sighting down the barrel of a gun, of say a pistol, and you held your breath, in the game and steadied your aim for a second and took a shot, you knew 100% that bullet was going to hit exactly where you were aiming. Okay? 100%. If you were not moving, your breath was, your aim was held steady, ADS, and you took a shot, it would hit right where you aimed. No word about it. It was all about reaction time at that point. In CSGO, in the exact same scenario where you're standing perfectly still, you ADS down the barrel, and you go to take that shot, it is still a cone. There is no guarantee that that bullet will hit exactly where you are aiming. It is still a cone of random to decide where it's going to hit. At which point skill is no longer an issue. Now, I mean, of course skill is still an issue, but as soon as you get that type of scenario, you're adding in a consistent randomness that absolutely drove me nuts. And I tried a little bit of Go and I couldn't stand it, and I went back to CSS. And then I got into Arma when DayZ mod came out. My friends got me into Arma. At that point, I bought Arma 2, Operation Arrowhead, so I could play DayZ mod. That was the summer, August of 2012. And that was it. Then I was in first-person shooter games in Arma specifically for the rest of the time, basically. But no, originally I was a strategy game, 100%.
Zero Tears says, "What up, Aces? Long time no see."
Hey, Zero Tears. Not too bad, yourself, sir. I keep thinking I need to go and get things, and I don't. I've got everything already done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've got it. Sorry, I'm used to having to do a lot more prep. There's very little prep today because I'd already done a bunch earlier in the week. So we need about a tablespoon of oil, which is the main thing that I'm trying to reduce of late. It's the amount of oil that I use.
Coffee.
I found I was using too much oil, so I've been trying to reduce that. That's what I went in here to get. I knew I went in to get something. Had to get some soy sauce and lean patterns.
Have you tried the Kikkoman?
I have not tried it yet. Should I try it?
Yes, you should. It's really good.
But it's for cooking.
I know.
I thought you said it's good with...
No, it's good with everything.
Oh, yeah. Looks like we're testing something today, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see.
It's so good. It tastes so much
see.
better.
We'll see. I guarantee nothing. As of now, I guarantee nothing when it comes to the flavor. I have no idea. Randomness. Everything's out the window. Anyways, let's get ourselves the spices.
You're such a drama queen.
Of course. These are the spices that we're going to be using. Plus, we also have, this is freeze-dried garlic and freeze-dried red pepper as well, which we are also going to be using. And there is one more thing in the fridge. I thought I had to go and grab that. Where is it? Oh, I'm going to have to prep it.
What's that?
I threw out the rest.
Oh, green onions.
I
Yes.
can do those nice and quick.
What we do with our green onions is instead of leaving them in the fridge, we put them in a jar of water, like so that the roots are saturated in the window with the sunlight, and they actually last a lot longer that way.
I see.
And they continue to grow.
You know what the problem is with that?
No windows.
Eh?
Oh, the cats.
Those two little fuckers will eat them very, very quickly and then start throwing up. And that's exactly what they do. Looks like one of these had an issue. I'm going to have to wash them.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
Okay, these three need to be washed. We'll wash those as well, but these ones have to have things taken off them while I'm washing. So how's everybody doing today? On this glorious Wednesday evening-ish time period, depending on where you are.
Zero Tear says, good, just bumbling around.
Just bumbling around. Hey, that'll work. That's fine. Nothing wrong with bumbling around.
Chimpanzee says, no more Daisy.
Chimpanzee, I haven't played DayZ in a while. I actually uninstalled it recently because I was trying to save some space on my computer. But no, I haven't really been playing any type of first-person shooters other than I was playing Scavengers for a couple of days, which was fun. I've actually had access to it for almost a year now, but when it just came out for access for everybody in recent, then I got the chance to talk about it, and I enjoy it, but I can't stand third person, and it is pure third person, so it is. I'm going back there, so I might as well stay in.
Okay.
It's the one Achilles heel from my perspective of the game is that it's third person. It kind of kills it right off the bat. I mean, Break won't even try the game because it's third person, which is normally me, oddly enough, but I decided to give it a try because it seemed okay. Oh, God, it's a long way down.
Austin Omega subscribed to Tier 1. They've subscribed for 53 months.
Austin Omega! Good day, sir. Thank you very much for the resub.
He says, spring onions, no ba.
Indeed, I love spring onions. Which is funny because I used to hate onions as a kid. And I'm not a big fan of white onion, oddly enough. But I do love spring onions.
Galzak says, what game?
Scavengers. It's another battle royale type game. But it's done in... it's pure third person. Okay. That's all of them prepped.
He says, I see, I have it, it's shit.
Yeah. It's the third person part that makes it shit. I am firmly in that opinion. Oddly enough, the rest of it's not too bad. The concept of it's not too bad. It's pretty much Apex in a different format. Or not even that much different, to be honest. But, yeah, it's the third person of it. Just absolutely terrible.
He says it's a lag fest.
Oh, I haven't had lag, that much of an issue from lag, to be honest. But it depends on what time of day I play. If I play during the day, then I don't really get that much lag, even though I'm on European servers. Or if I play at the start of the North American servers. But yeah, the more people that get on, the more lag that we get. And that's, of course, just because the servers themselves aren't set up to deal with the quantity of people playing. But, I mean, that's something that all games that, when they come out, they have that issue, right? So that's not a what am I doing? Trying to do things backwards. It's not an uncommon thing.
Austin Omega says, you tried Hunt Showdown, Aces?
I tried it a long time ago. I was not a fan of the firing mechanics in it at all. The shooting mechanics in that game irk the crap out of me. So unfortunately, although the concept is neat, I do not enjoy it. So those of you who are regulars in the channel will know that I separate the green onions in terms of what type they are, where they are in the green onion. So the solid stalks we keep as one type, and the hollow leaves we keep as another type.
You got me doing that too. I did that in the vegetable and shrimp saute that I did yesterday, and it tastes so much better that way.
It makes a big difference. It really does. The solid ones are really good for cooking because they've got a lot of flavor compacted together, and it distills out into the entire food while it's cooked. Whereas the hollow ones don't have all that much flavor. They've got a little bit of crunch, but they're perfect for at the end as a kind of a garnish slash booster.
I'm not allowed to swear on here, am I?
No, I would.
Well,
prefer
then
if
I
you don't.
can't read this.
Well,
comment.
just bleep whatever
Okay.
it is.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but this is pure warping player. Beep up Arma, BR to, but this is beyond that.
Yeah, no, they're literally just trying to jump on the Arma bandwagon or the BR bandwagon, just like every other one. Oddly enough, I actually preferred Ring of Elysium. I thought it was a much better game, and it's unfortunately that game is very much. It's gone the PUBG route and has ruined most of its enjoyment. I haven't enjoyed it since it was the winter map.
I love the smell of cut green onions.
I gotta remember to sharpen this knife after.
Yeah, geez, Aces. Cooking with substandard tools. What are you thinking?
Mm-hmm. Well, as I was telling my stream the last time I streamed, I actually learned how to properly sharpen knives. Just because I've got this great set of knives that was starting to have problems. They're starting to have some nicks and things like that. And I'm like, I should learn how to properly do this. I've got a whetstone. I've got everything to do it, but I don't actually know how to properly do it. So I sat and watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos on how to do proper sharpening from several chefs around the world. And then I sat and practiced it for a couple of hours. And I feel I have a pretty good understanding of how to do it.
Zach says, oh my god, you're making me hungry.
Making us hungry too.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the smell of it. And we know what the final result tastes like, which is half the problem.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I haven't really cooked stir fries for myself all that much. Lately I've been having like tacos or ground beef or things like that. Okay, this is enough to pretty much get us started. I think we'll go ahead and get the resources going at least. How's that look? Does that look like it's starting to heat up properly? It's not set that hot, it just needs to. Does it look like the oil is softened?
Yeah, ish.
Okay, well, let's bring the stuff over. We don't need that, we just need these two to start. So, as per usual, yeah, that's definitely softened. As per usual, we're using our pork. These are from pork loins, already pre-cubed. I went through and cut them up just after I bought them. So, we're just putting the whole thing in. Juices included. There will be juices that have dropped out of the pork while it was sitting. That's fine. Make sure you include them. Don't leave them out.
There's a joke in there about juicy pork, but I'm not going to say it.
Too late. Anyways, let's break it up a little bit. I'm just going to go with a spicy pork.
You're horrible.
I know. Was it you that I did that? We were actually in a...
No, that wasn't me. I would have smacked you.
Oh, yeah, no. Somebody was pissed. I forget who it was. I didn't say it loud enough for anybody to hear, but other than the person I was talking to. But, jeez. They were pissed. Okay, so that's mixed up a little bit. Made sure that the onions... Don't put too many in, but enough. Basically about half as many as we had cut.
All the onions.
We'll be putting more in at the end. This is just
Okay.
for the cooking at the start, right? You don't want to overdo it at this point. Because these have so much flavor in them.
Yeah.
It's going to disseminate out. You can overpower it really, really quickly. So this is the freeze-dried garlic and red onions as well. So there's more onion right there, right? There's lots. You're good. And next thing we want is cinnamon. Because something I've found is that cinnamon goes really, really well with pork. Did not expect that, but it does. And we've got cumin, which is sort of an offset to it. Might be a little too much, but it should be good. Oh, just got hit by the scent of that one. Cumin is one of the more pungent smells in taco spice. For reference. This is turmeric. Not a big spice addition, turmeric. Or like a flavor addition, rather. Turmeric tends to add more color than anything, but it does have a little bit of a spice addition. Or a little bit of a flavor addition, rather. And the more recent one that I have begun adding is crushed red pepper. Which adds a little bit more pipe to it. And lastly, we put some Worcester sauce in.
Worcestershire.
Real Brits call it Worcester.
I'm not British.
At least that's what my dad used to tell me, because the bugger used to love to pull that one out on me. Because I would call it Winchestershire or Worcestershire sauce. Either one. And he would come out with a real Brits call it Worcester. Okay. This is our experimental soy sauce. Which Amy swears is absolutely to die for.
The Kikkoman low sodium. It's so good.
We'll find out soon enough.
I got my whole family hooked on it, and now none of us can eat normal soy sauce.
Okay, go ahead and mix that up, making sure that the sauce is mixed through. Looks good. Looks like a regular good amount of divide. Should be good. Okay, now we can turn up the temperature to 1,000 degrees. No, we're going up to 325. And there we have it. And that's all it is. Like, honestly, my stir fries are one of the simplest bloody things that I make. But they're so good. We'll be doing more additions right near the end. So these are, as we were saying earlier, these are just sweet peas. So we'll be adding those in at the end. And broccoli. We'll add the broccoli in first so it cooks a little bit. Then we'll add the sweet peas right after that. And voila.
I can hear the pork cooking.
In the meantime, we will finish cutting up the rest of our green onion. As I was saying earlier, a lot of what I do a lot of prep when I bring these things home. So as soon as I get home from the grocery store, quite often I will go through and I will pre-cut everything up and have it set in different Tupperware containers. My God, I have like 5 Tupperware containers in my fridge right now.
Trying to grab coffee at the same time.
Okay, I have 4 Tupperware containers in my fridge right now. I will have 2 more in there shortly. Anyways, by doing all this ahead of time, I cut down the amount of time it takes for me to prep for a meal when I actually go to cook it. And it's one of the things with me, generally if a meal takes longer than 30 minutes for me to cook it, like from me entering the kitchen to leaving the kitchen with food, I would rather just make a can of stew. Like, I'll be honest, that's where I go. So cutting down the prep time means that I increase the variability of things that I will cook. And I will actually cook proper meals instead of just making a can of stew and have at her. Thankfully, I don't fall back on craft dinner as such. In fact, the only time I ever have craft dinner, it's because I'm craving craft dinner, not because I've got nothing else to cook.
Strangely enough, I miss craft dinner.
No, really?
Yeah, I didn't think I would because, I mean, it's craft dinner,
Yeah,
but
it's a nice flavor, though.
but it's one of the things I miss, and I'm like, no pasta. Pasta bad.
Amy is dealing with her new stomach size, which is
Teeny tiny.
a third of what it used to be. So she's having some difficulties in adjusting to a new dietary setup.
Well, my stomach is now basically the size of a small apple. I don't know if they can hear the sound of that, but it like...
Bring it closer. I can hear it plain as day. I'm assuming they can as well. By the way, let me know if I'm being loud enough, guys. If you can't hear or anything like that, let us know. It can be adjusted. Down to the last one. Normally I would have done a lot of this prep beforehand, but I had forgotten that I'd thrown out the green onions that I'd already had cut up. Fortunately, they had waited just a little too long before I actually made a stir fry. And, well, made a stir fry again. And they ended up having to go out and fertilize their backyard.
I've stopped buying potatoes for that reason.
Yeah?
Yeah. They keep going bad before I can use them.
Well, that's why I got the small bag of potatoes when we were there.
Even those.
Oh, okay. No, I'll probably eat them.
Well, since I stopped eating them...
Well, yeah, you've got a different reason as to why you would have stopped.
Well, everybody else liked... Oh. Elon Musk tweeted.
Oh, really? Yes, I do follow him on my phone.
But, no, since I stopped eating them, it's like everybody else in the house just gave up.
Mm-hmm.
When they want something like baked potatoes, they just go get the tinfoil wrapped ones at the store, like the 4-pack.
Yeah.
Because that's all we need.
Fair enough. Geez, it just dawned on me. I got so into what I was working on earlier today, I stopped watching Starship. Starship was supposed to be flying today. I wonder if it already went. I'm assuming it did. Unless Elon tweeted something out about it. It may have just done its flight.
Yeah, it said something about launch. I caught before it disappeared. That's my coffee, babe.
Need sugar.
Sugar bad.
Of course, sugar is not bad. Sugar is bad for you. That's different. Yep, it definitely launched. Moments ago. Okay, well, I've got it paused. I'll watch it after. Damn. Okay, we need to stir this. It's been definitely simmering nicely.
Oh, there's that smell. Whew.
Looking good. Okay, we're going to need this as the next thing that goes in.
Broccoli.
Broccoli. Well, hello, broccoli. Put this back away in the fridge. I guess I should put tops on those. That would be intelligent. Smart.
I am so smart. SMRT.
There we go. Okay. I'm just listening until it starts its next heat up cycle, which it is doing. Good. Now that's pretty much 50% pork and 50% broccoli. That's about what I've done in terms of quantities. Which we could have done more. I would have done less. But yeah, about 50-50. Just find the right lid, because I am knowledgeable and I know which lids go to which Tupperware.
Yeah, I have not mastered that skill.
I have a good system. Like, I've got the small ones over here. All the lids for the small ones are right next to it. I have these big ones and the big size but small depth are together because they use the same lids.
I like your pull-out drawer, though. That makes it a lot easier because you can see everything.
Yeah.
I've just got the old-fashioned cupboard.
Oh, yeah, no. And then I got the tiny ones over here. So
Yeah.
These were mounted for kids' meals and things, so they don't really get used anymore.
Those are Amy-sized.
Yeah. I still use them occasionally. I need to get more of these, but they're hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good for, like, jellos and things like that, where you've got to put a
Epicure. Epicure sells them.
Okay.
They're expensive, but they sell them.
Well, I forget what type they are. Anchor, apparently.
Yeah.
But they're nice. But yeah, I don't know why I still have that one. I don't think I still have the container. No, I do have the container for that. Almost threw it out. But that's the other thing. I do not hesitate to chuck Tupperware. Like, it's recyclable. It goes for recycling. And as much as it's wasting money, I can go down to the dollar store and get another set, and I know that that's going to be recycled and used into something else. And in the meantime, I'm not trying to make do with Tupperware that's not working properly. Or containers that are not. Like, quite often I do a lot of my, as I was talking about prep, here's ground beef that I've divvied up into a 1 pound size. But it's frozen, and the container's frozen. And if you accidentally drop that, this container will shatter. Even if it just cracked, it doesn't matter. It's done. It's not going to be okay. You can try and use it. It's going to leak like a sieve, and it's not going to work properly. So, you've got to realize those type of things, and don't try and force to use it. And instead, spend $1 and go get some more. Put it in the recycling. Spend $1, go get some more. At least if where you are does recycling. Not everybody does recycling. Not every place does recycling, but here they do. This looks pretty good. The final batch. And yeah, that's how we do our stir fries. How's everybody doing? Do we have any more chat comments or anything?
No.
No?
They've been pretty quiet.
They all buggered off. No,
They're still here. They're just quiet.
Put my different spices back. Yeah, this is the reason I started using the red pepper. Because I tried this in it one night. It was really, really good. But I've already got garlic in it.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm like, okay, well, let's go with just the pepper and see. So I picked up some crushed red pepper when I was at the store, and it worked quite well. It was a good addition. Adds a little bit more tanginess to it, shall we say.
See, that's where I just buy some red pepper and chop it up.
I like red pepper.
Wait, you like crushed red pepper, but not red pepper. You make no sense.
I don't like red onion.
Red onion is awesome.
I do not like red onion at all.
But you have freeze-dried red onion.
But I have freeze-dried red onion, and it's pretty good in my stir fries. I'm a complicated man. But I do have your pink Himalaya salt.
Yay! It tastes better than normal salt.
I'll take your word for it. I don't care either way. Okay.
Fatboy Slim TV says, "Dang Aces, where you been?"
Hey, bud. I've been all over the place. I just not able to stream all that regularly anymore. Between IRL shit and additional workload and all sorts of things, I'm not able to stream anymore. So I try and get a cooking stream in once in a while. My gaming stream setup is down still. I mean, my Elgato wasn't working for the longest time. I don't even know if it still does work, to be fair. If it turns out that it isn't, then I may have to get a new Elgato. Like, it's... We'll stream. We'll see. But either way, no, I'm not really around all that often for stream. But Amy came by today, and we were going to be making food, and I asked if she was up for streaming. She said, hell yeah, and we're definitely doing it. So there we go.
He says, "Daisy misses you."
Daisy misses me? I can't necessarily say I miss Daisy, to be honest.
A lot of aggravation.
Yeah. Well, not only that, Daisy has the worst... Daisy is the worst player controller in the industry. It is the worst. It feels terrible. Like, there's no way around that. It feels terrible. Actually, I'm going to leave that out in case it needs more. We're trying her soya sauce. That's the experimental thing today. Although I think next time I'm going to try putting some lemon juice in.
Ooh. I would go with lime instead.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not much a fan of lime. I find it
I
adds too much
find lemon
bitterness.
is too overpowering, whereas lime is lighter.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I've got both. Okay, this is out of state, or it's ready to eat. It didn't take us long. What's that, 15, 20 minutes?
Something like that.
What I'm doing right now is I'm trying to let it boil off the last of the liquid. That way you don't end up with a slimy stir fry.
Fatboy Slim says, "Yummy."
Indeed. Well, considering half of my friends actively try and come over for food, I would say yes, it's yummy.
Am I that obvious?
Not just you. Your husband actively, gets pissed if I cook food for you and not for him.
Just a tiny bowl for me.
Yeah, no, I realize that.
Okay.
With more vegetable based.
Yeah, that's about good.
Okay.
That's all I can eat.
Yep. We'll leave that in there, and we've got seconds if we wish. Okay, let's come on over here where you can see. Give them a view. And in with a close-up. Easy, easy stir fry.
Mmm.
And yet so good.
So very, very good. Okay, try it with the soy sauce. Tell me what you think.
Try it with the soy sauce, the experimental soy sauce.
You don't like it.
It's not salty enough.
It's better for
I
you.
don't want it to be better for me. I want it to taste good. I eat salt straight out of the bottle.
Ugh. Gross.
Well, this is how I don't eat salt straight out of the bottle. I have regular salt soy sauce.
It's practically the same thing.
Mm-hmm. I don't even like reduced salt Triscuits.
Okay, to be fair, neither do I.
I keep dying for salt while I'm eating them. My mother gets them all the time. Drives me nuts. God, that's good.
The reduced sodium kikkoman is really good for dipping sushi into.
That's perfect.
That boy Slim TV says, "Dang, now I gotta make a sandwich."
That's the way it goes. You never turn it into a cooking stream if you know you're going to need to cook food. Like that's what's going to happen, right? And I mean, if you've ever been to my cooking streams, you know the stuff that I cook is incredibly easy to do. Like, it's set up in such a way that you guys could cook this with me. Like, you could be just as easily finished in the same amount of time that I do it. It's incredibly simple, and as I said, I want to be able to come into the kitchen, cook the meal and everything, and leave the kitchen within 30 minutes with the finished food. If that hasn't happened, it's taken too damn long to make the food. So many meals, I change up the preparation and such. I try and find ways to cut corners, but still have it taste good in such a way that I can get it down under that 30-minute period. This is how I've done it in this regard. Because I've done all this prep work as I've come home with groceries, I literally sat there. I mean, I had 2 packs of pork loins. So that's 12 pork loins. So I went through and cut them all up. Each one, I put a container has... Actually, I think it's only 2 pork loins per container. But anyways, so I've divvied them all up ahead of time. I know if I pull out one of those containers, it's enough pork for either me if I'm having basically a plate and a half, or for 2 people if I add more vegetables. So I've already kind of pre-portioned those sizes to work in such a way that I can have this entire bowl as just for me, and if I want, I've got seconds. But in the same regard, if I don't want to have seconds, I'm not throwing out all that much food. It's very, very little I'm not eating. Or it's enough that I can put it in a container and I can have it for tomorrow for lunch, which I do quite often. That's the other reason why I've got so many Tupperware containers, because I do all that all the time. Well, I don't anymore. I did the leftovers yesterday. I had like 3 different types of leftovers. But yeah, like I will set up with those type of things, and I'll have leftovers as part of a snack the following day to tide me between meals. That way I don't end up grabbing a bag of chips or grabbing some cookies or something like that as an interim, which I very much have a tendency of doing. And this is how I'm trying to cut down on the types of foods and such that I eat. I'm trying to cut down on the amount of chips that I eat. I'm terrible for chips. I'll just sit down with a bag. I would be happy to have a bag of chips for each meal of the day.
Yeah, me too.
And like that, I don't have that hesitation that should stop me from doing it. So as a result, I have to figure out ways to prevent me from doing it through other means. This is one of the ways. So I had the pork already pre-diced and ready to go. I had the green peas diced because I did those on stream last time when I was streaming a couple of days ago. I cut up a whole bunch of snow peas. I wasn't going to have them with the meal that I was having, but I was getting them ready for a future meal or a snack during the day if I wanted to go over and gnaw on a couple, which I could do. I never really enjoyed doing that, but I could do it. And then we just went through and diced up all the spring onions. Now, I've got another head of broccoli in there. I'll most probably cut it all up and put it in a container so it's ready to go the next time I want to do broccoli. Right, so I've got it all set. I've got a cauliflower in there. Now, I haven't cut it up because I don't generally have cauliflower all that often. I only really have it when I'm steaming it and when I have cheese with it. So I'll cut it up at some point, but you know, that's another Tupperware container.
Cauliflower.
Any more chat comments?
Nope.
No, okay.
They're just chilling.
They're just chilling. Fair enough. So, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is another cooking stream. As we, God, this is really good. I can smell it. Like, I'm just sitting beside trying not to eat it, looking at it going, oh, I want more. So good. The reduced sodium is fine. It's just I'm partial to sodium. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to call it there. Just a short little stream today just to cover the cooking. Like I said, I'm waiting for some deliveries of a new keyboard and a new mouse. When those come, we'll see if we can get the secondary computer up and set so I can do some streaming. And I will get back, hopefully, to actually do some gaming streaming. Especially with Icarus coming out in the near future. That one I 100% want to play. And want to stream. Because that one should be good for streaming. So, look forward to that, hopefully. And I do play Warzone every once in a while. I might stream some of that. I don't honestly know. It's kind of embarrassing, my Warzone abilities now compared to what I used to be like. But, you know, maybe we'll see. Either way, thank you all very much for tuning in. Have yourself an absolutely fantastic Wednesday night. And we'll hope to see you again soon. Thank you very much. And goodbye. As she tries to figure out how to hit the end button.